What is going on, guys? The Inside the Boot podcast, and today we have our Week 2 picks. Week 2 picks coming right at you. We went 10-6 Week 1, so positive on the Week 1. Really good start to start off the season. Got a lot of good games this week, a lot of games that I probably don't care for, but I have to make the selection. Getting into Week 1, we have the Miami Dolphins, who won a close one against the Jacksonville Jaguars, taking on the Buffalo Bills, who won a very close game. Also a very good game to watch against the Arizona Cardinals. But I'm going to say these guys split this year, and I'm going to take Miami this year of a score of 31-28. High-scoring game, a lot of offense, not much defense. Getting into our next week, Baltimore Ravens taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. My bad on that. But yeah, also before I get into this game, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. It seems like this really does well on the channel. We hit 10,000 views, or at least nearly, in the previous one. If we can get close to that, that would be amazing. But getting into our Week 2 picks, got the Baltimore Ravens winning a comfortable game. I'm saying they're putting up 30 this week. I really am. And I'm going to say the Ravens don't have to play much defense, and they're going to defeat them, go 1-1 to start the year. Lamar's got to play good, and I think he can definitely play good in this one. Getting our first road win of the picks, that is the Los Angeles Chargers. Oh my gosh. And they're going to win comfortably of a score of 29-7. I don't think they're going 17. I'll go 21-15. I don't think the Carolina Panthers are very good. I don't think their offense is very good, and I don't think they're going to be very good this season at all. Getting into our Week 2 against the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. I can't even speak right now. Gotta take Dallas here. Pretty easy pick. And you know what? I really like them putting up 30+. I'm going to put them at 35, though. I think Dak Prescott could have an amazing game. And I hate saying that because I am a Giants fan. But I don't think the Saints are going to give them much at all. Getting into our next week, the Detroit Lions, a team that played a very close game against the Los Angeles Rams, taking on Baker Mayfield, who defeated Jaden Daniels in his debut. I got the Detroit Lions. I think Detroit is going to have a very good game, and I like this score prediction from PFF. I do like it a lot. I think the Rams gave the Lions probably their best battle that the Detroit is going to face right now. And I think it's good for the Lions to get that win early on and go 2-0. Because if they want to win this division, that I think is much more likely now, because of the fact that the Green Bay Packers have Jordan Love on injury reserve, I think Detroit starting 2-0 is a big start. And speaking about Green Bay, I do have them starting 0-2 on the year. It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate because of the fact, unfortunately, because Jordan Love is out and I don't trust Malik Willis that much. Getting into the next week, Cleveland Browns, who lost a horrific game to the Dallas Cowboys. They got blown out at home, taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I don't see Cleveland being that team that is going to bounce back. I really don't. I don't trust Deshaun Watson. I thought I did in Week 1. Really bad pick by me. I thought Amari Cooper was going to have that revenge game, and I would see it on NFL, like Amari Cooper, 3 touchdowns, revenge game. Absolutely not. That was denied. And with Dallas, they might be the best team in the NFC if the season ended today. I don't think that. I think the 49ers are, but I think the Chiefs and the Cowboys played the best games that they could have played. And that's why I do have the Jacksonville Jaguars winning that week against the Cleveland Browns. I think it could be close. I like 27-23. Getting into the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Both 1-0 teams at Minnesota. Minnesota gave the Giants a beating in Week 1. 28-6, that was the score. San Fran beating up Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. So both teams having New York beatdowns. And now they get to take on each other. So don't know if McCaffrey is playing. If he is playing, great. If he's not, they have Mason in the backfield. I think his name's Jordan Mason. He played a really solid football game. And I think with San Francisco, they have all the tools in the world to defeat the Minnesota Vikings pretty handily. And I think they are. And I do like this score that they do predict. Haven't really changed much scores. Maybe a few scores, maybe a few numbers. But nothing too extreme. Getting into another game that I think is indeed very, very fun. And I think it's going to be very fun to watch. That is the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. A little bit of me wants to take the Patriots this week just because of how they played in Week 1. But then there's also questions like, was that a fluke from the Bengals? And that's the worst Bengals team we'll see in Week 1, and we won't see that type of Bengals team again. I think it's very much of a possibility because they have not been able to win Week 1 ever, it feels like. Do I like Geno Smith at QB? No. I think they should definitely get an upgrade, but he is their guy, and they did sign him to an extension. I think Seattle obviously has the better roster, but it seems to me like this Patriots team could be fun this year, unless that was just a Week 1 fluke. You know what? I've been thinking about taking New England, and you know what? It might bite me in if they don't, but I'm gonna say it's a close game. I think it's going to be a closer game than people think. Another road dog. I know a lot of people in the comments are like, Vin, you didn't take any road dogs. There you go. That was another road win. And you know what? Let's make it 3 in a row. Let's get Aaron Rodgers his first win as a New York Jet. Because if it doesn't happen against Tennessee, then oh boy, that is a big oh and a boy. Because if they can't win, then what are we doing, Rodgers? You have Garrett Wilson. You have Breece Hall. You have a very solid offensive line. Tyron Smith on the left side. You got guys that can play. You have a very good defense on paper. So, like, if you can't beat Tennessee, and I know I have them only winning by 8 points, then I don't know how many wins the Jets are going to have. Like, is this going to be a 7-10 game, 7-10 season? I mean, I had them winning the division. The Jets are so good on paper, but they did play a 49ers team that is probably the best team in the NFC. So there's that. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take New England instead. It bugs me to not do it. I'm gonna take them. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I keep looking at the game and I'm like, no, what? I'm not letting this happen. We're flipping the score, whatever it was. I'm not allowing this to happen to me. Because you know what? I need to take some dogs and I need to take some fun games. I can't have 4 straight road wins. Because I do have the Giants winning in Week 2. Not comfortably. Definitely a big sweat. And if they can't win against the Washington Commanders, who is actually a worse football team, in my opinion, then the season is over. The season is indeed cooked, as people say, if they can't defeat the freaking Commanders. I don't care if it's on the road. Danny, this is the one team you're good at beating. You're like 4-1 against them. I know you looked terrible in Week 1. We all saw it. And you're getting paid $40 million to play like garbage. Getting into another game, another tough pick. With the Arizona Cardinals and the Rams. The thing with me is I just don't see the Rams. I don't see them finishing 0-2 to start their year. I think it's going to be a very close game, though. Because I think Arizona and the Rams do match up pretty good. But, man, it does bug me because I do kind of want to take the Arizona Cardinals here. I think they could split. I think it's definitely a split here. I think I don't know if the Rams can win that game, but I think with how they played against the Lions, I think they definitely have a good shot at improving to 1-1. If there's a team that definitely can win at home, that's the Kansas City Chiefs here. Man, this team is so freaking good. Like, it bugs me to see how good they are and have the opportunity to potentially go for a three-peat. I'll say it right now. I think this game is gonna be close too. So, don't be surprised if this team goes three-peat with Patrick Mahomes and just is a full-out dynasty. Don't be surprised, because trust me, it wouldn't shock me one bit. Getting into our next game, Pittsburgh taking on Denver. A game that honestly should be a blowout. Either Russ starts or Justin Fields starts. Denver's trash. I know Sean Payton's their coach, but Denver is trash. Bo Nix was probably as bad as a rookie week 1 as you can get. I forgot the stat line, but it was atrocious. Nothing doing from any of the other wide receivers, and Seattle took care of them. It's got to be Pittsburgh, and it's got to be by a lot. I don't see this game being anything close again. I don't think they're a good football team, the Denver Broncos. As of today, my opinion, it's going to be like the Broncos, the Giants, the Panthers, Commanders, like those type of teams fighting for that number 1 draft pick. I feel like that's what it's going to be. And as a Giants fan, it stings me to say that after week 1. Maybe that's an overreaction, but Daniel Jones is their quarterback. And we're done with the Giants talking. Getting into a fun week. This week looks fun. 2 1-0 teams. Chicago taking on C.J. Stroud. Really fun matchup I have here. Really fun matchup. But I do think that C.J. Stroud is going to win and start off 2-0. I think Caleb Williams could do okay. He didn't have a great performance in week 1. Oh no. He didn't have a good performance in week 1, boys and girls, whoever's watching. They're gonna go 1-1. And honestly, if you think about it like that, with how things have shaped up with the Vikings, Bears, Green Bay, the Green Bay Packers are in last place after 2 weeks. In my predictions, just remember, went 10-6 week 1. I think there were a few games that I was like, I probably could have went 12-8 with the Browns game and the Giants game. I'm sticking with the Giants one more week, folks. So, yeah. Getting into our final game, of course, the Birds played in Brazil and dominated. Saquon Barkley with 3 touchdowns. He nearly had 4. He probably should have. And I think he's going to get in the end zone again. And I don't think Atlanta has much of a chance. Kirk Cousins played poor against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I nearly just said the Pittsburgh Penguins and Pittsburgh Pirates before the Steelers. My gosh, my head is destroyed. It's a pretty easy pick here. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. And I don't think it's gonna be particularly close. I don't think they have it in them. I don't think the Atlanta Falcons have more than 14 points in them. Bijan Robinson is good. Kyle Pitts scored his first touchdown in what felt like forever. But what does Kirk have to bring in order to make this game somewhat close? And I'll give him an extra touchdown because I don't know if 14 is fair in my opinion, because I think that has a good offense to do. And I think they could be a good football team this year. But I do have them losing. So, I guess a quick recap of picks. A little bit of all scattered around, in my opinion. We don't have too many home wins and too many road wins. So, Miami defeating the Buffalo Bills, Baltimore winning, LA winning, Dallas winning, Detroit winning, Indianapolis getting a win on the road, Jacksonville winning, San Francisco winning, the Patriots winning. Why not? Let's get fun with it. Let's make it fun. I might get shelled in the comments for it, but let's take the New England Patriots one more week. The Jets winning, the Giants winning. So both New York teams get wins. The LA Rams winning, the Kansas City Chiefs winning, the Pittsburgh Steelers winning, the Houston Texans winning, and a round off, the Birds winning week 2, going 2-0. Anyways, guys, this was a lot of fun. Of course, our first week 1 picks did amazing. Over 9,000 viewers viewed it, and we only have 215 subs. Let's get on the road to 250 subs, 300, 400, 500 subs. Let's bring it. Let's bring it better than ever. Tell your friends about this podcast. We do all bunch of videos. We mainly break down the Rangers, Giants, and Yankees, but we have fun with week 1 picks. We make record predictions. We do it all. But anyways, that's enough. Anyways, let's go Giants, of course. Let's have some fun this week. Good luck to all teams, and let's have a day. That's going to do it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.